everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. My name is Tori and I would love to have you stick around for the rest of this video. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video. I'm going to be doing a sit down video with you guys, and I am going to be talking to you guys about my first semester of freshman year of college. This has been an emotional roller coaster for me. A lot has happened. I'm going to share and spill tea with you guys, stuff that I have never shared with you guys, along with a lot of people. But I have a bunch of stuff that I want to discuss with you all today on my phone. So yeah, these are like my favorite types of videos to film, like sit down videos. I love like talking to you guys and just sitting down to a camera and just spreading words of wisdom or just talking to you guys. I love it. Other than hauls, you know, I'm like the queen of hauls. Like I literally love hauls. It's like what I'm known for. But I love sit down videos too. So if you guys want to hear how my first semester of freshman year of college went and like my experience with it and how my grades were and stuff like that, then just keep watching. So as you guys know, I am a freshman in college. I'm officially done with classes and finals and everything. My phone almost fell. My final day of classes was November 28th, and then I had exams that started December 3rd, and then I got done with the exams December 5th. So I have been done for a while now. It is December 10th as I'm filming this for you guys. So finals have been over 5 days. And it feels really good to have my first semester under my belt because I kind of know what to expect for next semester. Hopefully it's a lot better than this first semester though. Let me just say that. This semester has definitely kicked my butt, to say the least. So something pretty big happened to me. This sounds like really dramatic and like I died or I got hurt or something, but it's nothing too big. But I definitely have not talked to you guys about it because it's kind of embarrassing and I was really scared at first. So basically, my first week of school, it was actually my second day of school. It was my second day of college. And I still wasn't sure which way to go to school. I am a commuter, if you guys didn't know that. I am not now, because I have an apartment now, but it's 35 minutes from my house to my school. So, I'm at my house right now, not my apartment. Sorry if that was confusing. But I do have an apartment that I'm currently moving in right now. It's probably really confusing, but I did commute for this first semester just because I don't know, I just decided to commute. I didn't want a dorm. That's a whole different video. So it was my second day of school, my first day of this certain class. It was an 11 a.m. class, so I left my house at 10 a.m. It was probably like 9:50 by the time I left, and I just plugged it into my phone on Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever comes on the iPhone. I like always use that as my navigation system, and I like put it in like my console area, or like under my, not under my seat, but like in my seat, and I just don't look at it, and I just like listen to the voice and what it's telling me to do, blah blah blah. This is a really long story, so I'm gonna kind of cut it down, but basically my maps hadn't updated on my phone where there had been construction, so it told me to turn right in 5 feet, and I turned right in 5 feet, and because it made perfect sense, there was a right turn with 5 feet to go, so I turned right, and I was on a highway and I thought I was on the interstate. So I looked down and it said rerouting, and it pushed me back 10 whole minutes. So I was like, I cannot be late, even though I had like plenty of time. I was like, I can't be late, like I gotta find parking. Parking was a struggle. I was just getting situated, like I still wasn't sure where to park and what to do and where my class was. Like, keep in mind, this was the first day of that class, and I was really stressed out, so I like sped up. I didn't know I was on a highway, and I'm like slowing down, and then I look in my rear view and I see a potential cop car, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, hopefully he didn't catch me when I was going that fast, because like I did not care. I was just flying. There was nobody else on this road. Like it was just like me, myself, and I, and like 2 or 3 other cars. So I was like flying. I did not care. And then the cop pulled me over. He said, is there a reason why you're going that fast? And I was like, no sir, I got lost, and it's my first day of school, or my second day of school. And he was like, well, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket. And I was like, okay. So I went back to his car, and I was like praying. I was like, God, please just let him hurry. Like, I don't care about this ticket. Like, please let him hurry so I can get to school on time. Like, please. And it only took him like 5 minutes at his car, but I didn't have anything on my record at this time. Nothing. I had a clean slate. I had been driving for 3 years at this time, including my like permit days, because I was 18 when I got this ticket. But I was clean, not had any warnings, like I was perfect. And then I got a ticket, and I was like, okay, like this is the first time I've been pulled over. I didn't know what to do, and I was like shaking. I didn't cry. So then I pulled off, And that's when I start crying. My parents weren't really mad at me, like they didn't ground me or take my car away or anything, but because it was like a learning lesson. And we got a lawyer, and I didn't know this at the time. I thought it was just a speeding ticket and I was really upset about it, but it was a careless and reckless driving ticket. I'm not gonna really say how fast I was going because it's kind of embarrassing and personal, but I was going pretty fast. I wasn't going like 100 or anywhere near that, but I was going really, really fast, and it was a 55 zone. That was the speed limit, 55, and I thought I was on the highway, so I thought it was at least 65. That's great. So I was in Guilford County, and that is the strictest county in North Carolina. I don't know if it is the or one of the most, but I think it's the strictest county in North Carolina for like speeding tickets or anything like that. So I was supposed to do an online driving course that was supposed to take 4 to 5 hours, and I had to pass a test, and it literally took me 5 minutes, but it cost like $40 or $50, and then it was so easy though. And then they told me I had to do community service, and I was like, oh heck no. In high school, I had done a lot of volunteer work, a lot of community service, if you will. Like every year I would do something for the community and give back and stuff, but it was always with my friends or with a group. So I was like, doing this alone is going to be so hard, and it had to be like a nonprofit organization, whatever. But God sent me a person in my life that I knew from high school. We were good friends in high school, and this guy texted me one day and was like asking how I was or whatever, and I was like, pretty good, what about you? And he's like, not so good, I got a really big ticket. And I'm like, wait, what did you get? And he was like, a reckless and careless, and he told me how fast he was going. I was like, I have to do community service, and he was like, so did I. I found out he got pulled in Guilford too, so we decided to do it together. And you know, I got my ticket in August, and so did he, and we didn't get started on this thing until end of October. Okay, keep that in mind, just because I had so much going on, and I'll get to that later. But yeah, so basically I had to do community service. We did it together, so it definitely took some time, but I waited until I was a little less busy so I could do it. But I really put this off for a long time because I did not want to do it. But you know, you live and you learn, and you know, I didn't really want to tell a lot of people because I was scared. Like when I first got it and I had to do community service and I had to do a driving course, we had to pay money for a lawyer. I was embarrassed, and I didn't know what was going to happen, because if I didn't do community service and I didn't get a lawyer or anything, I could have gone to jail, got my license taken away. I would have gotten 3 or 4 points on my license, and my insurance would have gone up, and I already have a BMW, so my insurance is already pretty expensive. So I was just really worried, and I didn't want to share that with people when I didn't know the outcome. I didn't know if I was going to, if my insurance was going to go up and I was going to get 3 points on my license and not have any room to get another ticket or whatever. But yeah, so that happened. But my court date was, it was like the day or two before Thanksgiving, and I found out that my lawyer took care of it and I'm good to go. He got it reduced to a 9 and under. So that's really great. I don't get any points on my license. My insurance doesn't go up any. It's just one 9 and under ticket on my record. So I'm really thankful for that. But you know, dealing with this, my first semester of freshman year was really, really hard, knowing that I had to do a lot of community service hours. I'm working, I'm doing YouTube, I'm trying to maintain a social life, I'm trying to do good in school. Like it was torture, it was awful. Okay, so now that I told you this ticket story, let's rewind to September. September was a really hard month for me. I had a lot going on. I think it was about the second week in September, and I became so mentally exhausted and mentally drained. And I think it was like my hormones and stuff going on during this time. Like it was that time of the month, you know, but for some reason this month hit me hard, and I think it was because my ticket was still kind of fresh. I didn't know what I was gonna do for community service. I don't think at this time I knew that my friend was gonna do it with me. I just don't think I knew that. So I had that going on. School was really hard at this time, you know. It was like about a month into the first semester, and things were getting really difficult. I had a lot of projects and tests and quizzes and homework. I would come home every day after school and just do homework, and then on the weekends I would do homework. I wouldn't go out or anything. Like I could not, because I had so much to do, and I'm a perfectionist. And in high school I made like really good grades because I'm a perfectionist, and you know, people would say like, oh, you're such a nerd or a teacher's pet or whatever, but like honestly it's just because I am a perfectionist and I have anxiety if I don't do good on schoolwork, and I need to work on that because it really stressed me out and mentally drained me this semester, to a point where I wasn't depressed. Like I'm not a depressed person. I've never really been depressed, but I was in a really weird funk. I was in a lot of funks this semester, and especially during September, specifically during 1 week at a time. I was and there was so much that I needed to do, so much schoolwork that needed to be done. I was trying to put up 2 videos a week, which I did successfully do, but it was hard. And there was just a lot going on in my life that I was in some really big funks. And I was just like not really knowing if it was gonna get better. You know, it was just really hard. This semester I took 5 classes, and on Monday and Tuesday I had a night class from 6 to 9:50. 6 to 8:50, and so I wouldn't get home till 9:30, 10, sometimes 10:30 if I ate after. Yeah, so I'd get home really late and have to like edit, or I'd have to work. I do like social media for my dad, or I'd have to do homework or study, and it was just kicking my butt so hard, and I was just emotionally drained, and it was just a really hard time for me. And then that was in September, and then it got a little bit better towards the end of September. So on Mondays I had a class from 11 to 11:50, and then I had a big gap, and then I didn't have a class until 6 to 8:50. The class I had from 11 to 11:50 was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I was going to that class for a long time, but the teacher put all the notes up online, and he didn't take attendance because it was a lecture class of like 80 people. So when I became really stressed out, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't go to that class, and I didn't suffer from it or anything. Like, that did not affect me at all. But don't follow my example in that, because it probably will affect you. But it just so happens that I had this class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He didn't take attendance, and he put some notes online. So I started skipping that class to do community service. So it was for a good cause, or something that I had to do, if you will. If you know me personally, you know I don't skip class. In high school I got perfect attendance for like ever since like elementary school. I've gotten perfect attendance, so that's kind of a big deal if Tori skips class, you know. Just kind of trying to show you guys where I was and like what place I was in. I'm not trying to be or make a depressing video at all. I just want to be honest with you guys and be real with you, and hopefully help some of you out if you went through or are going through the same thing, because it gets better. Freshman year is really hard, I heard, but it does get better is what I heard. So I'm excited to finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Looking back at it, I wish I wasn't so hard on myself about my grades, because I am the type of person, like I said, I have to do everything to the best of my ability, which is great, but it's also a curse. And you know, I really, looking back at it, wish I would have just relaxed and went out some night instead of stayed in and, you know, made sure that my homework was perfect, you know. But that's the only like regrets I have. But I do want to share one quick thing with you guys before we go. One of my favorite YouTubers that I've been watching since 6th grade is a sophomore in college, and she posted a video not too long ago. It was like a question and answer video, and I think somebody asked her a question about her first semester of freshman year, or just her freshman year in general. And I commented on it. I said something like, I'm so glad that you talked about this. I'm going through this right now. I'm going through a lot of funks this first semester, and I'm hoping that my next semester gets better. But I'm so glad to hear somebody talk about this and know that I'm not alone. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was alone. I thought, like, how are all these other people in college thriving, and I'm over here like literally struggling. So somebody saw my comment, and I guess found my channel, and then found my Instagram. So somebody DM'd me and said, hey girl, I saw your comment on Danielle's video about her freshman year. I can relate so much to how you're feeling. I'm currently a freshman in college, and this first semester has been anything besides what I've expected, which is exactly how I feel. I've been in a lot of funks, so just know you aren't alone. Hoping second semester will be better. And that to me was just like to know, I don't know, to comment on somebody's video that already made me feel better, and then seeing somebody DM me to make me feel like, it just made me feel so good knowing that I'm not alone, and knowing that somebody saw my comment. After that, I was like, I really need to make a video about this, because I really wasn't going to, because it's kind of a darker, deeper kind of video, and I didn't want to bring negativity to my channel. But then again, I'm like, I want to be real with them. Like, you guys are my friends, I love you guys, and you know, I show you guys so many aspects of my life. I show you guys my relationship, I show you guys everything. Why not show you guys the real me and like be completely honest with you guys? Like, that was my goal when I started this channel. I was like, I'm not gonna hide anything from these people. Like, my subscribers are my friends. I'm not gonna hide anything. You know, there's some things that you need to be personal, of course, like I need to have a personal life, but I'm going to show you guys as much as I can, you know. And so that was my goal, and of course I'm sticking to it. I'm telling you guys. But that's pretty much how my first semester went of college, freshman year. pretty freaking hard. I hope you guys can relate. No, I don't hope you guys can relate. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, but I do hope that to some of you guys that are seniors, not to scare you guys, but to know that if you are in some funks first semester, then to not be scared and know that you aren't alone. Because like my boyfriend, like he completely thrived his first semester. Like he didn't struggle at all, and I'm over here dying. So I am jealous of that. So, you know, if you're watching this, don't be scared. Like you might not go through what I went through, but a lot of people do. So just know you aren't alone. So to conclude this video, I feel like I need to share with you my grades, because I'm probably gonna get some questions about that. And I've kind of shared that with you guys in my moving vlogs and vlogmases. Every time a grade was released, I would tell you guys. And I'm pretty proud of myself. You know, like I said, I did really work hard this semester. So I feel like I can brag a little bit. But in high school, I did really good. I was valedictorian. So that kind of set the bar high for me in college. I was like, I'm not going to make C's and D's in college. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like most people. But I learned that I need to just chill more and maybe make a few C's, honestly. So I took 5 classes this semester. I took history, I took business, which had an algebra component in it. I took communication studies, I took entrepreneurship / sustainability, and then I took ISM, which is info systems management. It's basically like Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. So I finished that early with a 98. I finished that at the beginning of November. I got chosen to take a Microsoft certification test. A lot of employers like search after employees that have the MOS certification thing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the midterm, the final, and I'm gonna get out of some work. So of course I'm gonna try and take the test, and I passed it. So I am MOS certified, and I got done with that class early. So I finished with a 98, and technically I got 100 on the final. So yeah. Then in my history class, I finished with a 88 in the class. No, 89 in the class, I think. But I got an A on that final. I got a 91 on my history final. It was a paper, and I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah, I finished with an 88 in that class, so 2 points, and I would have been an A, so yeah. And then in my entrepreneurship class, it's basically like sustainability with a business perspective. I made 90 on the final, which is an A, and I finished the class with an 86, and we only had 3 grades in that class. We had a midterm, then we had a group project, and then we had the final, and we had a participation grade, so technically 4. But the midterm I made a C on, so I had to do good on the final. Because I had a C in that class for a really long time. So I'm glad I finally brought it up to a high B. Hi guys, I'm back. It's a few hours later. My camera died. Then I ate dinner, and now I'm back, and my tongue is red because I have something in my mouth. I already edited all the footage that you guys just watched, and I noticed that I had lipstick on my teeth the whole entire video. That is very not cool. So I'm so sorry about that, but I got it off finally. I think I was talking to you guys about my grades. I'm gonna like wrap it up because this video is so long. So for my communications grade, we had a group final, and it was called a round table dialogue, and we had to do a debate as a group. There was 5 people in my group, including myself, and we just sat at a table and talked about a topic and debated about it. And the week before, the teacher was like, yeah, it's only 20 minutes. And we were like, oh, okay, we thought it was 25. So we made it 21 minutes. We met the time limit. We were so happy. And we were the first group to go. Not my decision, it was my group's decision. They wanted to go first, which I thought was a bad idea. And it was, because then the teacher was like, ooh, and we were like, what? And she was like, it was supposed to be 25 minutes at least, at minimum, 25 to 30 of discussion. She was like, you were supposed to call on audience members to engage. And we were like, oh my gosh. So then she's like, that's gonna take a lot of points off. Then the other 3 groups that went talked for like 14 minutes, but then they had 15 minutes of audience engagement because they were like goofing around, or they'd call on people, and it was just like not cool because we didn't know that. So I thought I'd make like a B on it. We got the grades back, and I made a 94. Well, my group made a 94, so that's good. That's an A, obviously. And I finished with a 94 in the class, I think. Yeah, I finished with like almost a 95 in the class. But my friend was looking, and she was like, I was looking at the averages for the final grades, and the average was a 78 and the high was a 94. So we think that we made the best grade out of the group, or out of all the groups, so pretty happy about that. Anyway, so then the last final is algebra, and like I said, that's combined with business. So I had 100 in business all year. We had a lot of assignments, but I just never missed any points on my assignments. It was pretty easy, and the math is on Wednesdays, and then the business was like a lecture type thing, and it was on Fridays. and I had a 94 in my algebra class before the final. I got a C on the final, and then it brought me down to a 90 in the algebra component, which is still an A, but then they combined the business and the algebra and they average your grades together, and that's like your one grade for the class. And so I had a 95, so I finished with a 95 in that class. So basically I got all A's on every single one of my finals except one. I made a C, which was the math, and I'm not good at math at all. It's quite tragic. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that though, that I made all A's except one. Like, that's pretty good. In 3 of my classes I finished with an A, and then 2 of my classes I finished with a B. So yeah, but my hardest classes were definitely my entrepreneurship sustainability. It was really, really hard and way over my head, and so was history. And I know I had a lot of friends in my history class, and since it was lecture, they split it up, and on Fridays we would do something called section with our TAs, which is like a teacher assistant. And we had a really, really hard TA because we knew other people that had different TAs in that class, if that makes any sense. And they said that everybody was making like hundreds, and they were all complaining because it was so easy. And then like I never heard of somebody in my class making 100 or even like a high grade in our section. So it was pretty hard, and all our quizzes were, what is my hair doing? All our quizzes were like essay form. That was definitely a struggle, and our TA was so hard. Oh my gosh, I can't even, he was definitely the hardest TA or professor I had this semester. It was just annoying, but I survived. I made a B in my 2 hardest classes, so I'm not mad about it, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't mean to like spread negativity. I just want to be real with you guys and open up with you guys. But yeah, I will definitely be doing a end of freshman year video and kind of recap on the next semester. Anyways, so if you guys are not subscribed to my channel and would like to, make sure you hit the subscribe button right down below. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday, and I'm currently doing Vlogmas every single day. I missed a few days because I'm currently snowed in right now and there's nothing to do, so I don't want to bore you guys. And then I'm also moving into my new apartment, so a lot of move-in vlogs are happening. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn my post notifications on so you get notified whenever I do post a new video, which is happening a lot right now. Don't forget to comment down below any video suggestions that you have or any feedback off of this video or any of your freshman year experiences or anything like that. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias. I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos before, but my Twitter account is currently locked right now. It's a really long story, but I'm working on it with Twitter right now, so hopefully I can get it back. But if not, I do have a backup one that I will use. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if it did help you out or if you liked it and you like sit down videos. And I love you guys so much, and I will hopefully see you very soon in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.